New York Giants fans are once again in a major panic as the Green Bay Packers choked away the win last night to the Chicago Bears in the wild card round, and now Giants fans think Matt LaFleur is all but sure to get fired. I'm here, guys, to calm you down. Once again, you come to this page, you come to this channel for Giants content, but you come because I will be the voice of reason. I will be the guy who calms down the fan base when all things are hectic, when all things are going wrong. Guys, if you want the breakdown, I'm going to show you Adam Schefter's quote today in a video that he had on ESPN on NFL Countdown this morning regarding trying to connect dots that just, it's too much connecting dots for somebody like me. And they're trying to push this narrative to get the ratings and garner the clicks that push John Harbaugh into different locations. I'm also going to show you a guy who's been following this story and has been on top of everything. Ian O'Connor's video that he put out yesterday that has the Giants as the top destination for John Harbaugh, in his opinion. Guys, share, like, subscribe to this channel because this is where you're going to get the real Giant content, the real Giant opinions. You're not going to get the Homer stuff, and you're not going to get me just trying to defend every single thing this team does. If there's anything that I'm critical of, it is my favorite teams. You should just check me out when it comes to the Mets and the Knicks. But with the Giants, I am even harder on the New York Giants, guys. So follow, like, subscribe, as we are going to get into this right away. Let me show you this Adam Schefter video in 1 minute, but one thing I want to get into quickly is the Chicago Bears coming back and beating the Green Bay Packers last night. That has nothing to do with Matt LaFleur last night. He drew up such a great game plan and was out coaching Ben Johnson for 2.5 quarters. Multiple players last night let the Green Bay Packers down, including Jordan Love fumbling. Dontavian Wicks had a play that would have ended the game last night if he just catches the ball in his hands. So much went wrong for the Packers. Micah Parsons got hurt. You had a washed-up Trayvon Diggs out there starting a corner. The kicker, Brandon McManus, cost the Green Bay Packers 7 points last night. A lot of stuff went wrong. I do not think you fire Matt LaFleur because of just that. To me, that makes absolutely no sense. 76-40 in his career in the Green Bay as a Green Bay Packers head coach. They found a good one in Matt LaFleur. You don't want to let go of a good one in LaFleur with the hopes of hiring a John Harbaugh. Could it be possible? 1,000%. And we're going to hear from Adam Schefter. But if you find the video that Adam Schefter is about to say as funny as I do, then let's see what you guys think about this video. So Adam Schefter is on Sunday NFL Countdown this morning. And with the Green Bay Packer potential opening, this is what he had to say when he was asked about, that today.
Brings us to Adam Schefter for the first time this morning. Schefter, what are we thinking after a heartbreaker for Green Bay?
Well, good morning, gentlemen. The Green Bay Packers and their new president, Ed Policy, have a significant decision to make here in the coming days. And that is whether to extend Matt LaFleur's contract. He's currently got 1 year remaining, or to move on from him. If they moved on from him, he automatically would go near the top of the coaches available and shake up this current head coaching cycle yet again. Notice how we said this belongs to the Packers president, Ed Policy. Well, the Packers' former president back in the day was a man by the name of Bob Harlan. Bob Harlan's son, Brian Harlan, represents John Harbaugh. Oh. John Harbaugh is a Midwestern guy who has a home in the Upper Peninsula. And a lot of people around the league have been wondering if the Packers decide to go in a different direction, if all of a sudden the Green Bay Packers might vault to the top of John Harbaugh's list as the top available choice for him. This has been a wild, crazy coaching cycle, and we may just be scratching the surface, Greeny.
So, yes, let's just dive into what Schefter said in that situation specifically regarding the Packers, right? A couple of things that Schefter said. I'm just not a fan of what I've been seeing over the last couple of days from these reporters. A lot of them are trying to generate buzz. They're trying to generate clicks. And it's becoming so apparent that nobody knows where the hell John Harbaugh wants to go coach. Not one person knows, not one insider knows, not one beat reporter. Everybody is doing their best guess based off of what they are hearing, and everybody's hearing something different. That's why we can't take a lot of the stuff we're hearing. We have to take it all with a grain of salt because we don't know what John Harbaugh truly wants, okay? What we know as of today, Matt LaFleur still the head coach of the Packers. John Harbaugh is studying film, and he has people studying tape of Jackson Dart, of Cam Ward, and the situations that the Titans and the Giants are in. We know this because every news outlet has come out and said it. There's been news outlets that have said he wants certain demands, other news outlets that have said he doesn't want those demands. What the hell those demands are, to me as a Giants fan, I don't care what the demands are. You give that man what he wants, you bring him in, you help him change the franchise. And again, is John Harbaugh the one-all be-all for the New York Giants? Absolutely not. Okay, because as of a few days ago, he wasn't even available. I would have been happy, and I still would be happy with Kevin Stefanski, Mike McCarthy as fallback options if John Harbaugh is not available. So that's the case. We leave it at that. Ian O'Connor, he's been on this story from jump, and everything that he's said has fallen into place. That's why I'm respecting and watching a lot of the stuff that he says. He was on with Fireside Giants last night, and this is exactly what he had to say. And, you know, this is a guy who's been in the business for a very long time. This is a guy who's checked in on a lot of stuff. This is why I don't like the ESPN outlets and the NFL Network. Although Schefter and Ian Rappaport get their news, they're both reporting complete opposite stories on John Harbaugh and his exit from the Baltimore Ravens. Legitimately opposite stories about how he didn't get along with players, and then the other one's reporting how players were crying. It's crazy what's going on right now in the head coaching search. But this is what I want Giants fans to hear from Ian O'Connor. It will calm you down. This is what I truly think deep down is going to happen with the New York Giants, okay? I don't think that there's any crazy story where LaFleur gets fired, he goes to Green Bay, LaFleur goes to... I think everything's going to stay status quo, and then we get hopefully what we want. And I could be dead wrong on this, and hopefully I'm not wrong, but this is what Ian O'Connor said on Fireside Giants last night.
I think that Harbaugh has the Giants at the top of the list right now. That could change, though. And he's looking at tape as we speak, and he's got people studying rosters. And so who knows how he'll feel Monday when he starts making visits, and then how he'll feel Thursday or Friday when those visits are done. But listen, if they meet with John Harbaugh, let's say Wednesday, and he's ready to take the job, they're going to offer to him. I'd be shocked if they didn't offer to him. And the old expression, don't let him out of the building. They might let him out of the building, but then call his agent an hour later and say, okay, we have the offer ready. We want to make John Harbaugh the next coach of the New York Football Giants. So that could come together quickly, but you never know how that meeting will go. I think that both parties are very interested in each other, very interested in seeing if they can make a deal. So I think that the vast majority of the Giant fan base would agree that that deal really needs to happen. And if it doesn't, Stefanski's a pretty good fallback option. If that doesn't happen, then it becomes a wide open derby.
So exactly what Ian O'Connor said there is exactly how a lot of Giants fans feel. We all want John Harbaugh now. It's kind of locked into the feeling that we want him. I know John Mara and the Giant ownership get a lot of slack, and I think it's a lot of unnecessary slack, especially because of what's been going on. So I know Mara and Tisch and a lot of the Giant ownership does get a lot of heat, and a lot of stuff that's been going on with the Giant organization has been their fault because you are the owners, you make the wrong hires, you hire the wrong people. The Giants have lost their way completely. So being as this, unfortunately, with John Mara, he might feel like he has to get this one done. And if you asked me and you said, Mike, what the hell's going to happen here? Deep down, I truly feel that John Mara and Giant ownership will do everything in their power to get John Harbaugh here as the next head coach of the New York Giants. I don't care if it's money. I don't care if it's firing the general manager. I don't care if it's him getting full control of the roster. I don't care if it's the $10 million that he's asking for to fill out the staff. None of that will get in the way of Giant ownership making this decision and trying to get John Harbaugh to be in here as the next Giants head coach. I promise you guys that. They will go all out to get him. The reasons they won't get John Harbaugh is because John Harbaugh just chooses somebody else. It won't be because of Joe Shane. It won't be because of money, because the Giants will accommodate John Harbaugh as much as humanly possible to get him in the building and stay in the building. And just like Ian O'Connor said, they will have a contract ready once he visits the New York Giants. They will have something ready to go for him to just not leave the building, or like he said, an hour later after they leave, here's the contract, we're ready to rock, come be the next head coach of the Giants. That's what I deep down believe is going to happen. It's not being a Giant homer. It's not being a hopeful. It's just the situations that I've looked at when it comes to Miami, when it comes to Tennessee, when it comes to Atlanta. I truly believe the Giants have the best situation moving forward with the quarterback in place already. Okay? So if John Harbaugh feels the same way, they will match up, and he will be the next head coach of the Giants. Guys, if you like this video, please subscribe, like, share. A lot of Giant stuff coming out. We are going to be all over this coaching search for the next week or so. So follow me here and stay close to the situation. Don't believe everything you hear. I'll leave you with that advice. Thanks, guys.